Remember that there's three main spheres of influence, if you will, in the world. There's you, right? Me, you, everyone else, and the natural world. The only one we have control over is us, just you. Trying to control anything else is a misuse of your time and your energy, your attention, motivation, all of it. It's just a waste. And I call that force when you are trying to resist and change what's out of your control. You're forcing it. Welcome to Becoming Tantalum with me, Megan Bonnell. Discover your brightest self in a journey of transformation and resilience. Let's embark on this path together, starting now. Hello, and welcome back to Becoming Tantalum, where we dive deep into living your best life and becoming the most powerful version of yourself. I'm Megan Bonnell, your life coach and certified professional real talker here. So today we're talking about something so many of us struggle with, and that's power. What is it, where it comes from, and why you're the only one that has keys to it? Listen, if you're feeling stuck or hopeless or just bleh, I want you to know one thing. You already have everything you need to change that inside you right now. You don't need to wait for someone to give you permission to feel powerful. You don't need to wait for somebody to give you permission to use your power. You don't have to wait for someone to give you power. Spoiler alert, no one's coming to hand you a magic wand. You already have it. That power that you're waiting for, that permission that you're waiting for, you already have it. It's internal, my friend. So let's talk about how you can start cultivating your own power and really light up your life. We're going to start by talking about the source of power in your life, because here's where I feel like we really all go wrong. I want to start with this big neon flashing truth to you. The source of your power in your life is you. You are the source of power in your own life. It's not external. There's no amount of accolades or attention or likes on social media that's going to hand you that power. It's already in you, like a superhero with power that you haven't unlocked yet. And here's the plot twist. You don't even need radioactive spiders or to get hit by a thunderstorm in order to tap into it. It's already there and it's ready for you to use. Now, a lot of us might think of power as a bad thing because we hear of terms like power trip or he thinks he's so powerful. All I mean by power is you taking control of the decisions you make, and in doing so, taking control of your life. That's your power. I love the quote by Alice Walker. She said, "The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any." But my friend, you absolutely do. The deal is that we look outside so much for validation, right? We spend so much time looking for that or for somebody to save us. But the truth is, you have to be, and you are, your own superhero. You have the power to change your life, make decisions, create your own happiness. And you don't have to look for external sources to flip that switch. You are that source that's going to flip that switch. The power really lies in your individual decisions each and every day. Every single choice that you make, from what you eat for breakfast to how you react to stress to how you decide to answer to an RSVP. I mean, all of those things, that's flexing your power muscle. And every time you make a decision, you're building your own life brick by brick. So if you look around and you're like, how did I get here? You, my friend. And if you don't like it, that's okay. You can build it all over again, brick by brick, just by using your control in the decisions that you make, by flexing that power, that superhero power to create your life that you have inside of you. Every time you make a decision, you're determining the results in your life. But so many of us, I don't know if you can relate to this, but so many of us, including myself, sometimes get stuck in this victim mindset where we feel, even though it's not true, we feel powerless, like life is happening to us. But the truth is, life is happening because of the decisions we're making or because of the decisions that we're avoiding, right? Can any of you relate to that? Let's say that you're feeling stuck in a job that you absolutely hate. You wake up every morning, you're dreading your day. Here's where your power comes in. You decide how you respond to that situation. You can either stay in that misery on repeat, thinking there's no way out of it, or you can make decisions that move you closer to what you want, right? It might not happen like that. It might not just be a snap of your fingers, but maybe it's deciding to take a course that's going to allow you to upskill. Maybe it's deciding to talk to your boss about your workload. Maybe it's deciding to have a hard conversation that's making it so uncomfortable. Maybe it's deciding to look for another job. Maybe it's deciding to stay exactly where you are and to just change the way that you're looking at it, which completely changes your experience. All of those decisions are in your powerhouse. You get to decide what you do with the situation that you currently have. But the bottom line is that you decide. You don't need to sit there hoping for someone to swoop in and rescue you, hoping for your situation to magically change. My friend, it can magically change. And that's by you changing it decision by decision. I love how Maya Angelou said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." And it's such an eloquent reminder for us that we are in control of us, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, and thus our results. So no matter where we're at the moment, we have the option to respond to that. And I want to get real for a second. We're going to back up. So often we fall into the trap of trying to force things that really are completely out of our control. We try to make people behave in a certain way. We obsess over what other people think of us. We waste so much time and energy trying to control everything, but the one thing that we actually have the power over, ourselves. So we've talked about this a lot, but remember that there's three main spheres of influence, if you will, in the world. There's you, right? Me, you, everyone else, and the natural world. The only one we have control over is us, just you. Trying to control anything else is a misuse of your time and your energy, your attention, motivation, all of it. It's just a waste. And I call that force when you are trying to resist and change what's out of your control. You're forcing it. Force isn't power. And I'll say that again because so many people feel powerful by trying to force things, by being manipulative, by being controlling, as we say it. Force isn't power. It's like trying to bend a metal spoon with your bare hands. And if you can do that, good for you. Super excited. But what if there's a perfectly good tool sitting right next to you? That tool is you. You are that tool. You are that power. But you have to make the decision to stop forcing control over things that aren't yours to control. It will never end up the way that you want it to. And I see this all the time in relationships, whether it's your partner or your friend or your coworker, it doesn't matter. We think that if we say the right thing or if we act a certain way, that we can force people to behave how we want them to. We can force the relationship to be what we want it to be. We can force people to do the things that we want them to do. But people are going to be people. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's going to be their own person. You don't have to control other people's thoughts or actions or opinions. You don't have control over it, and that's okay. What you can control is how you show up, how you respond, the experience you are having. You need to flex your power by focusing on what you can control, your mind, your actions, your plans, your results. It's about controlling your response to life, not about controlling life itself. I'm going to say that again. It's about controlling your response to life, not trying to control life itself. So the next time that you catch yourself trying to force someone else's behavior, just take a step back and ask yourself, what can I do here to empower myself? What power do I have? What do I have control over? The only thing in any situation that we have control over is how we show up and how we respond. That is where your true power lies. One of the sneakiest ways that we give away power, and trust me, we love giving away power. We do it all the time. One of the sneakiest ways that we give it away is by stepping outside of our own belief system, trying to match someone else's. And we do it all the time. And women, I'm going to call you out. I'm calling me out. We especially do it all the time. We want to be liked. We want to fit in. And so we bend ourselves into someone else's mold. We give in to the forcing that they're trying to do. We adapt to someone else's belief system. And in the process, we completely lose sight of our own. And it gives us that feeling of being lost or not knowing who we truly are, not feeling authentic, not being excited about what we have going on, what's around us, what our life looks like. So let me give you a really specific example of how that all works, right? Getting into somebody else's belief system instead of staying in our own. Say that you have a really strong belief in setting boundaries. You know that in order to feel balanced and protect your mental health, you need to say no to things that don't serve you. You know that, right? Logically in your brain, you're aware. But then someone in your family who you love, who maybe you even would like to think fondly of you, who you enjoy helping, asks you for a favor, one that's going to stretch you really thin, one that you don't really want to do. And instead of sticking to your belief system, you say yes. Have you been there? I know that I have. Because you don't want them to be upset. You don't want them to be in a bad situation. You don't want them to be frustrated at you. You want them to like you. You want them to be happy. You want that, you want to make it easier for them. And in that moment, when you say yes, but it isn't what you want to do, it isn't something you really can do without massively affecting your life, you give away all your power. In that moment, with that yes, your power is gone. It isn't selfish to say no. It isn't selfish to stay true to you, to your boundaries, what you need, your family needs. It isn't selfish to be authentic and intentional in your decisions. It's just using your power to control what you can, which is you, your decisions, your actions. When you stay inside your own belief system, when that's clear to you and that guides your decisions, you're building this internal power that's already there, but you're cultivating it. You're bringing it out. You're saying, this is who I am. And this is what I believe. And I'm going to live my life according to those values. And here's the key. You can do that without changing a single other person. You can do that without anyone else changing. You don't need other people to share your belief system, just like you don't have to share theirs. They don't have to believe that your belief system is even valid. You don't have to believe in theirs. You don't have to change anyone besides you, besides flexing that power and making decisions that you know are in line with you and your life and your wants and your desires. Let people have their opinions, their thoughts, their beliefs. They're theirs. Let them have them. You have yours. That's their world. You need to stay grounded in your world, your beliefs, your value, your power. All of that's under your control. You empower yourself by staying true to what you believe, regardless of what others think, and using that as a filter for all of your decisions. Here's where I'd like to go with this. I'd really like you to do a few things to start igniting that spark, to start flexing and using that power, and really bringing all of your airspace in your head, all of your decisions, all of your feelings, your thoughts back to you, because that's what's in your control. So if you're feeling stuck or hopeless or just kind of blah, I want you to take this as your reminder that you already have everything you need. You're so incredibly powerful. Your power is in you. It's not out there waiting for someone else to hand it to you. There's no magic wand that's going to come and make it all better. You cultivate your power by controlling what you can, your mind, your thoughts, your actions, and releasing the rest by not forcing it, but instead cultivating the power within. You build your power by staying inside your own belief system, owning your decisions, and trusting yourself, being intentional with you. Here's some things that you can do if you want to start flexing this power, cultivating that power within you. First, you can take inventory. Write down the areas of your life where you feel like you're trying to force control. So, what can you let go of that's out of your control? If you're forcing it, it's not in your control. What can you let go of? And what can you instead focus that attention and time and space to that is within your control? The second thing you can do is check in with your belief system. Are you truly living according to your values, or are you bending yourself to fit into someone else's? If you don't know, then maybe it's time to get clear on what's important to you and how you can stick to it. Write it out. Write out your belief system. Write out your values so that it's in black and white, clear as day. And then figure out how you can stick to that. What kinds of decisions, responses, choices are you going to make that are going to stick to that belief system? And then today, what I want you to do today is make one decision that flexes your power muscle. Remember, you're not being powerful by forcing other people. You're not being powerful by overwhelming other people. You're being powerful by making decisions that are in line with you, in your control. So make one decision today that flexes that power muscle. It can be as small as deciding to spend 10 minutes doing this work, 10 minutes meditating, going for a little walk, or it could be as big as setting a boundary with someone. You know that it needs to be set. You know it's going to be a tough conversation, but you know moving forward that will make something easier for you. Make one decision, big or little. Flex that power muscle. Show yourself that it's in you to do this. Remember that you're not waiting for power. It's already in you, my friend. Start flexing it. Start cultivating it today and watch how your life transforms once you do. You've got it. Everything you need. It's inside of you. You are powerful beyond measure. And when you start using that power, you are going to blow your own mind. And trust me, my friend, the world needs what you have to offer. You need what you have to offer. Those in your village, the ones closest to you, they need what you have to offer. Get it out there. Thank you for tuning in to Becoming Tantalum. And if you love this episode, please share it with another powerhouse woman in your life, because I'm sure that she needs to hear it. And let me know how you're cultivating your power. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, go out there, my friends, and own your power. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me today. If you want to take all of these concepts and tools to a deeper level, apply them to your life, and watch the transformation happen, I would love for you to join the Tantalum Tribe. That's a monthly membership where all of our community has access to live coaching, self-paced courses, guest coaches, podcast study guides, anonymous question boards, and more. You too can transform your life using the tools and strategies that we have, with accountability built in from our community. I really hope that you join us at tantalumcoaching.com. That's TANTALUM coaching.com. Just click join the tribe. I can't wait to see you in there.
An ironic media production. Visit us at ironickmedia.com.